Urgent Cleveland Browns fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Cleveland Browns updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Browns fans, buckle up, because what I'm about to share with you today is nothing short of explosive. We've got some shocking insights, some bold projections, and a lot of talk swirling around the Cleveland Browns quarterback room as we inch closer to the start of the NFL season. And trust me, these aren't just your average predictions, they're coming from a well-respected analyst at ESPN, someone whose opinions tend to spark debate across the entire league. So, what exactly did this analyst say? Well, it's a story that's already causing ripples among fans, experts, and bettors alike, and I'm here to give you the full, detailed picture. First off, let's set the scene. The Browns are entering a pivotal season. After a few years of ups and downs, of rebuilding and retooling, there's a renewed sense of hope and expectation in Cleveland. The team has made some strategic roster moves, invested heavily in the offensive line, and brought in some promising young players. But at the core of it all, the quarterback position remains the most scrutinized and debated. Since Deshaun Watson's arrival, there's been a lot of buzz about whether he can truly be the franchise QB Cleveland has long sought. And with the new season approaching, all eyes are on him, but also on his backups and the entire QB group, because, let's be honest, the Browns' success often hinges on how well that position performs. Now, the ESPN analyst in question recently released an analysis that, frankly, surprised many. They took a deep dive into the Browns' quarterback room, evaluating not just Watson but also the other contenders vying for a spot, players like Dorian Thompson-Robinson, P.J. Walker, and even Josh Dobbs, who was added to the roster in the offseason. The analyst laid out some compelling points, emphasizing that while Watson is expected to be the starter, there's a real question mark about how consistent and injury-free he will be throughout the season. And it's not just about Watson. The analyst highlighted that the Browns' success will heavily depend on how well their backups perform, especially in scenarios where Watson might struggle or miss games. What's really intriguing here is that the analyst made some bold projections about the potential of these quarterbacks, projecting that the Browns could see a significant shift if their backups step up or if Watson faces setbacks. They pointed out that Cleveland's offensive scheme, led by offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, is designed to be adaptable, and that could play a huge role in how these quarterbacks perform under pressure. The analyst also discussed the importance of the supporting cast, especially the offensive line, which has been bolstered this offseason to give Watson more time and protection. They argued that if the offensive line can hold up, it will be a game-changer for the entire QB room. But here's where it gets really interesting. The analyst didn't just stick to the safe, expected narrative. They threw in some unexpected projections, suggesting that one of the young quarterbacks, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, could surprise everyone and emerge as a more significant factor than many initially thought. They pointed to his college tape, his athleticism, and his ability to improvise under pressure, arguing that he might be the dark horse in this competition. Meanwhile, they raised questions about P.J. Walker's consistency, even though he has experience as a backup in the NFL. The analyst hinted that if Walker doesn't find his rhythm early, Cleveland might need to look elsewhere, which could lead to an even more competitive environment. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. What I find fascinating about these projections is that they reflect the broader debate happening right now among Browns fans and analysts alike. Some are confident that Watson will bounce back fully after last season's struggles and that he'll be the key to unlocking Cleveland's potential. Others are more cautious, pointing out that injuries and consistency have been issues in his career, and they're waiting to see how he handles the pressure of a full season as the unquestioned starter. Meanwhile, the young guns are buzzing around the team, and some fans are eagerly hoping that one of them will step up and seize the moment, creating a real quarterback controversy that could push everyone to perform at their best. You see, Cleveland's recent history has been a roller coaster when it comes to quarterback stability. From the days of Derek Anderson and Brady Quinn to the Johnny Manziel saga, and then moving to Tyrod Taylor and Baker Mayfield, the Browns have always been searching for that reliable, franchise-caliber signal caller. Now, with Watson's arrival, there's a renewed sense of hope, but also a lot of skepticism. That's why this analyst's predictions are so impactful. They're not only offering a glimpse into what might happen but also igniting conversations about the team's future and the potential paths they could take this season. Let's talk a little about the season ahead. The Browns' schedule is quite challenging, with matchups against some of the league's top defenses and playoff contenders. The AFC North alone is brutal, featuring the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers, all of whom have their own formidable defenses and dynamic quarterbacks. Cleveland's success will heavily depend on how well their quarterback performs under pressure, how effectively the offensive line protects him, and how quickly the young backups can step in when needed. The coaching staff has been emphasizing adaptability, focusing on a balanced attack that combines the run game, bolstered by Nick Chubb's return, and a passing game that aims to exploit defenses downfield. And let's not forget about the defense, which remains one of the league's most formidable units. Led by Myles Garrett, one of the top pass rushers in the NFL, and a solid secondary, the Browns have the defensive talent to keep them in every game. But ultimately, if the offense can put up points consistently, especially through the air, that's when Cleveland really becomes a serious playoff contender. The quarterback, naturally, is the linchpin to all of that. If Watson can find his rhythm early, connect with his receivers, and avoid costly turnovers, the Browns could very well make a deep run this year. But if struggles persist, the team's ceiling might be lower, and the season could turn into a battle of attrition. Now, reflecting on the team's recent history, Cleveland has had its fair share of heartbreak and moments of hope. Remember the 2020 season when Baker Mayfield took the league by storm, leading the Browns to their first playoff appearance in over a decade? That season was a testament to how potent the team could be when everything clicks. Fast forward to last year, and the team faced injuries, inconsistent performances, and a few tough losses that kept them just shy of the postseason. That's why this upcoming season is so critical. It's a chance for the Browns to confirm whether they are real contenders or just another team with potential that never quite materializes. And let's not forget the fan base. Browns fans are some of the most passionate and resilient in the league. You guys have endured so much, from the pain of long losing streaks to the hope that never quite fades away. That's why every season is so emotionally charged. Every game is a roller coaster, and every play feels like it could be the one that finally turns things around. This year, there's a buzz in the air, a feeling that maybe, just maybe, this is the year Cleveland finally breaks through and makes a deep playoff run. But the question remains, can the quarterbacks deliver? That's what everyone is watching, especially after those bold projections from the ESPN analyst. Looking ahead, the Browns have some key games early in the season that could set the tone. Matchups against divisional rivals like Cincinnati and Baltimore will be critical. Wins in those games could give them momentum and confidence, while losses might put pressure on the quarterback room and the coaching staff to make adjustments. It's also worth noting that the AFC is incredibly competitive this year, with teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati all vying for supremacy. Cleveland's challenge will be to find consistency, avoid costly mistakes, and get the most out of their offensive talents. And speaking of talent, let's talk about some of the key players to watch this season. Nick Chubb, of course, remains a beast in the backfield, one of the best pure runners in the NFL, whose presence alone opens up the passing game for Watson and the other quarterbacks. Amari Cooper's addition last season gave the Browns a reliable target on the outside, and he's expected to be a focal point again this year. Plus, don't forget about the young receivers like Elijah Moore, who has the speed and explosiveness to change games when used correctly. The offensive line, which was reshaped in the offseason, is crucial to protecting Watson and giving him the time to make those crucial throws. If that unit performs well, it alleviates a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks and increases the team's chances of success. Now, back to the predictions. The analysts' boldest projection was that, despite all the hype around Deshaun Watson, it might not be a smooth ride all season. They emphasized that injuries, mental fatigue, or even a lack of chemistry could cause some struggles early on. But they also suggested that if the young backups, like Dorian Thompson-Robinson, step up when needed, Cleveland could actually become a more unpredictable and dynamic team. Imagine a scenario where Watson hits a rough patch, and the coaching staff turns to the young guns, who then rise to the occasion, giving the Browns a new dimension. That would be a story for the ages, and it's what makes this season so exciting for Browns fans. Furthermore, the analyst pointed out that Cleveland's coaching staff has been working tirelessly to build a resilient, adaptable team. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, known for his offensive ingenuity and game management skills, will be under pressure to get the best out of his quarterbacks, especially in close games. Stefanski's track record shows that he can turn a team's weaknesses into strengths, but it all comes down to execution on game day. The players, especially the quarterbacks, will need to execute at a high level, avoid turnovers, and capitalize on scoring opportunities. The defense will do their part, but ultimately, the offense, particularly the quarterback position, will determine how far Cleveland can go. Now, let's talk about the history of quarterback development in Cleveland. It's been a rocky road, no doubt. The Browns have seen promising prospects come and go, and many fans have grown weary of the ups and downs. But there's something different about this current situation. With Watson's experience, combined with the promising talent of the younger quarterbacks, there's a sense that Cleveland might finally be on the brink of stability at the position. Still, patience is key. Browns fans know all too well that NFL seasons are unpredictable, and what looks promising today can turn into disappointment tomorrow if the execution isn't there. To wrap it all up, this season is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in recent memory for Cleveland. The quarterback question mark, the bold predictions, the tough schedule, and the passionate fan base all combine to create a perfect storm of excitement and anticipation. Will Deshaun Watson rediscover his elite form? Will the backup step up and surprise everyone? Can Cleveland finally break that playoff drought and make a real push? Those are the questions on everyone's mind, and the answer will be written on the field. So, Browns fans, get ready for a roller coaster ride. The season is almost here, and the storylines are already unfolding. Keep your eyes on the quarterback room, because that's where so much of Cleveland's future will be decided. Whether it's Watson leading the charge or a young gun stepping into the spotlight, one thing is certain: this is a season that could change everything for the Cleveland Browns. And I, for one, can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's hope this year brings the long-awaited success that Browns fans have been dreaming of for decades. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.